No head is off of the chopping block. I just went in on these fake RBGs, these fake woke tips, these rats. So what makes you believe that won't go off on these fake ass wannabe goddamn Minister Farrakhan ass fucking wannabe Nation of Islam members? They're not true Nation of Islam members. Much love and respect to the Nation of Islam. Much love and respect to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But to these fake ass niggas, these bald head, slimy, looking like a goddamn skunk, a bald head skunk ass niggas that wanna constantly claim the Nation of Islam. Motherfucker, get your old shiny fucking head ass the fuck out of here, yo. We don't give a fuck about frauds. The Nation of Islam is a dynasty. It is a dynasty. Okay? So be very humble when you speak to this black organization. Be very humble when you speak ill will or bad intentions or use Minister Farrakhan name in vain. Be very careful when you speak ill out against the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But who I'm talking to, who I'm pointing the finger at, are these goddamn Nation of Islam wannabes. I'm talking about dudes who claim they're up in the Nation of Islam. They're not FOI. They're not the fruit of Islam. They ain't MGT. You don't see them in no rank and file, but they claim that they are the Nation of Islam. They represent the Nation of Islam. I need to see your MGT uniform, Negro. And I'm talking to these, it's one bald head snake in particular. But he's a fake Nation of Islam. See, at least I gotta say about my good brother Taalik Ibn'rad is he was a fruit of Islam. He was an FOI member. I ain't gonna take my man, my big brother Stripes. He was FOI. He was willing to take a bullet for Farrakhan. And one story that my brother Taalik told me was, man, after all this work, willing to take a bullet for the NOI and Farrakhan. Man, the best thing that the NOI offered to brother Taalik was a couple of steel bean pies. Had the man sleeping up in the basement of a mosque on pickle barrels. Shit. You know. Wow. That's something else. Had my brother sleeping up on the basement on pickle barrels. It's messed up, right? Yo, that's foul. After, man, this man was willing to give his life, for this organization. You got these bald head Negro weasels that want to pretend as if they're Nation of Islam members. These little skinny bald head Negro weasels that want to act as if they have the stripes of standing of the good brother Taalik up in the nation. Brother Taalik was a real FOI. He was really FOI. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, man. But, we got to be. Okay, damn, there you go. Okay. Oh, wow. Man, Angel Snutting Up. Oh, bro, man. Okay, man, I'm glad this is you, man. That's why I was giving you shots out. Man, are you available, man, to come on? I'll post a link if you are, bro. I was giving you shots out, bro. I didn't even know you was watching. I'm talking about these little weasels that claim to be representative of the Nation of Islam. You got the stripes to show. You put in the work. Are you available to come on, man, and just talk about, you could just break it down, man, how you got into the nation, what steps you took to become FOI, and then whatever else you got to say about the nation. Man, I would really like to hear that discussion on this channel, man. I swear. That would be really, really, really educational if you could. I don't know. You may not be available right now, Brother Snubnut. But if you are, man, just let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat room real quick. I'm gonna post a link anyway, because I ain't gonna be going on for that long unless you come on the platform. Then shoot, we could, man, go for. Okay, drop the link. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Give me just a second, big bro. Give me just a second, man. But okay, man. Let me drop this link up in here. Just a second, big bro. I don't know if you can still hear me, but if you can, just a second. Because sometimes when I do this, it just cuts off. But I'm not 100% sure. Hold up. Wait just a second. Oh no, actually, it's still picking up. But okay, there's the link. Yes, indeed. I'm doing this on my cell phone, bro. That's why this is like so difficult, man. I would like to hear that story, bro. Listen, I'm sorry if it's doubling. Okay, I had to cut that other stuff off. But yeah, I dropped the link, bro. I would love to hear this story, man, about the Nation of Islam, the fruit of Islam. Like, man, they say my brother Taalik, man, at the end of the day, man, after after being a zealot for Farrakhan, man, at the end of the day, all they gave this man was a couple of stale bean pies and a couple of pickle barrels to sleep on. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching out for you, bro. But I want him to come on and speak his own message. And you know, brother, that okay, yes, indeed. You know, also, bro, that wait just a second. You also know, bro. Okay, I got him on, but wait just a second. You also know, bro. Oh man, Aleeyah Robinson and Sister Noble, woo, they don't like me for um, staying a brother to you, big bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Morning,
Yeah.
Brother Craig.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But you know, they don't like this, man.
Of
Because I was
course not.
supposed to outcast you. I was supposed to cut ties from you. And just because I'm here speaking with you, you know, they're gonna also look at me as like I'm a part of the problem. I'm assisting, you know, their problem. Because you know, Aleeyah and Sister Noble have labeled you as a problem. And maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. I can't speak on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get on that. But yeah, the Nation of Islam, man. I was talking about these little weasels that um claim to be FOI. We never heard of them. Within the rank and files. I thought to myself, I said, I do know one brother who is an FOI. You were FOI, Fruit of Islam. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm referred to. That's what I was called. But
so you weren't an official FOI. Were you an official FOI?
under the organization of Louis Farrakhan. But this is what people have to understand: the Nation of Islam was dismantled by Elijah Muhammad's son. The FOI was dismantled. The Nation of Islam was dismantled, and he is the legal authority. He's the only one who had the uh, power or the legal standing to do that. And he dismantled the organization. So technically, the Nation of Islam is dead. It does not exist. Now anybody can be the Nation of Islam in 2022.
Can I get a little bit of clarity, brother? Because I know you got the ballistics, bro. You got the facts on this. I'm just trying to get a little bit of clarity. Okay, what they call
most people don't understand.
Let me just ask this question to you, brother. What they call a FOI today, is that the same what it was back in your day? Is it the same criteria to become one? I mean, is it
I mean, it's basically the same criteria. What I'm saying is that those people who claim in Nation of Islam, matter of fact, Louis Farrakhan organization is the only one that actually goes by the name Nation of Islam, but Elijah Muhammad family, if they wanted to, they could challenge that because he has no legal authority to use the name. Legally, if you go through the paperwork legally, what Louis Farrakhan has is what is called the Final Call Incorporated. But he uses the name Nation of Islam. But legally, he has no right to no intellectual property or anything of the Nation of Islam. Wallace Muhammad dismantled the Nation of Islam, and all intellectual property and everything about the Nation of Islam went public domain. Anybody can be the Nation of Islam should they choose, and there's nothing Farrakhan or anybody could do about it.
So what's the difference between the nation? Okay, I'm sorry, but because no, I was going to ask you, make sure that you follow up with this question. What's the difference between the Nation of Islam that you were a member of compared to the
I was a part of Louis Farrakhan's organization called the Nation of Islam, but not legally the Nation of Islam, because the Nation of Islam do not exist anymore. On paper, legal paper, Louis Farrakhan organization is not the Nation of Islam. On legal paper, it's called the Final Call Incorporated. But he calls himself the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Louis Farrakhan was the national representative of the organization, but he has no legal authority. He called no shots. Wallace Muhammad, Wardeen Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad's son, was the last one to have the authority to call the shots of the Nation of Islam, and he dismantled it. He dismantled the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
So technically, it does not exist. I could start my Nation of Islam and use the exact same name. There's nothing Louis Farrakhan could do about it because he does not own the name. The only one who could challenge me in a court over the name would be Elijah Muhammad's family. And most of them that would be interested, they're passed away. They're not interested. They don't care. They don't care nothing about it.
20 seconds, but technical difficulties. My voice is doubling. You see, I'm up in here on two different things, man. I got kicked off. Is my voice doubling?
No, I only hear one voice.
Oh wow. I'm hearing like a echo or something. But yeah, okay, I know how to maintain this, but okay, man, back on track. Wow, I'm sorry for these technical difficulties. So
I don't know how
were
you did that on the phone,
brother, when Elijah Muhammad was around, or when was your first? Man, see, yeah, I'm hearing the echo. I gotta cut my thing down. Just let me ask the question. Okay. I forget when Elijah Muhammad was born, but I remember you saying something about
can you get rid of that other
to the black man. Really, that book really changed his life. Good, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that book, Message to the Black Man, was very popular, and it influenced a whole lot of people. Message to the Black Man of America. It definitely did that. That's my one of my favorite books, and actually almost like the Bible of the Nation of Islam, besides the Quran, Message to the Black Man of America, it gave a lot of the basic principles that the Nation of Islam stood upon, the belief system. There you go. Now you're right. But are you there? The wrong icon probably got took off.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay. No, I was trying to kick my other account off, but it's still doubling. But no, go ahead, bro. No, just speak, man. On this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and preach,
So,
bro. We need to learn these things, man, because man, you got so much wisdom, bro. Like as far as like, man, the way you explain things, man, you got so much wisdom. Man, continue, brother.
Yeah, well, I didn't know myself when I joined Farrakhan that he was not the legally the Nation of Islam. I did not know that the organization was dismantled. I didn't know all these things, and most people don't know. They don't know. Only thing they know, this is a man. I'm bringing the Nation of Islam back, but it has no legal standing. But regardless, he brings the Nation of Islam back, and everybody think, they think this is the regular original Nation of Islam. And I want to make something clear. I did not join Farrakhan to follow him. I joined Farrakhan to assist him bringing back the original teaching. I had no interest in following him. Now, if he's doing certain things of good, I will help him do that. But I never view him as my teacher or anything. I had a teacher, and there was only one person in my life I ever wanted to follow, and that was Elijah Muhammad. But Elijah Muhammad, by the time I got of age, he was gone. So Farrakhan was the next best thing, and I didn't even know who he was until the 80s, and my relatives was into Farrakhan. I'm like, who the hell is he? Matter of fact, the first time I heard Farrakhan, I said, this sounds like a hard-sounding woman. And my relatives got, hey, that's Farrakhan. What do you mean he sound like it? I said, to me, you do. So, they off into that personality worship stuff. If he sound like a hard-sounding woman to me, that's what he sound like. They get all upset because, he's Farrakhan and they praising him. I don't give a damn when he still sound like a hard-sounding woman to me.
Wow.
That was a bad sign, for me to begin with, all this old praise worship stuff. Now, after I started listening to him more and more and more, I started changing my mind a little bit. But when I first heard him, I thought he sounded like a hard-sounding woman to me. But I joined him.
Okay.
I joined him to help him bring back the original teachings. He said to us, I'm bringing back the original Nation of Islam. See, my relatives never taught me Nation of Islam stuff. They gave me all the paperwork, but they never really tried to teach me nothing. I learned everything I know about the Nation of Islam.
The original teaching.
Yeah, through the books.
Yes, sir.
And the paperwork of the Nation of Islam.
I want to make sure, because you mentioned something that I was just thinking about, man. The original teachings.
Yeah, the
original teachings. Well, man. I mean, okay, when you look around, I mean, has the prophecy been fulfilled? Like the original teachings of the Nation of Islam, when the white man is the devil, but now the white man is not the devil. It's, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I mean, I'm not just trying to poke at
the Elijah Muhammad even taught.
But also, I'm just saying, man, shit, black people, man, we don't view white people as the exploiters of the community, and we don't even hold white people accountable unless it's like Black Lives Matter, who just run behind stories. When a white police officer kills a black man, then you want to crop racism. But what I'm saying, the original teachings, are the original teachings being manifested? Yes, sir. I'll press the mic.
Yeah, well, of course, the original teachings, Elijah Muhammad taught that the white man is a race of devils. But according to Minister Farrakhan, when Elijah Muhammad was here, he told Minister Farrakhan, stop teaching that. Stop. The belief is still there, but we're not promoting that stuff no more like that. You know, we're growing past that. That was good for that particular amount of time. Now we're moving forward. Not to say that the white man is not the devil, but we're not emphasizing that anymore like that. We're growing beyond that. So he was getting ready to take the teachings in a different type of direction.
Yeah, I want you to finish that statement too, bro. But I just let me ask now, personally, do you personally feel that the white man is the devil? And I would tell you this. Let me just answer that. I don't feel, I know that the white man is the devil. The white man is Lucifer. If there ever was a Lucifer, if there ever was a man with a pitchfork and waiting to take you to hell, he is the white man. So personally, do you still feel that the white man is the devil? I turn over the mic.
This is the reality. That's religious, like they said, religious poppycock. There is no God, there is no devil. All those are fictional characters. Anybody can express these type of attributes. Anybody can express the attitude, the attribute of a God or the attribute of a devil. These traits. Spider-Man, Batman, Superman are not real, but you can express their characteristics, the attributes of that character, even though they're not real. It's the same thing in religious dogmatism, is that these characters here are not, they're not real. There's no being called a devil, and there's no God. All that stuff, that's fantasy Star Trek stuff.
If there is a devil, though, man, he got to be white. I'm talking about based off of the carnage that he's done to our people, religious, man.
This religious,
come on, man. Yo, one thing I will hold. No, okay, brother.
Religious garbage. The white man is a conqueror. He's done nothing no different than conquerors prior to him. They was doing the same attitude, the same thing that the white man is blamed on. They was doing in Africa before the white man showed up. They was killing each other. They were conquering each other. They was raping and robbing each other way before a white man ever showed up. They was conquerors. The only difference between them and the white man is the technology. And the white man is much smarter than they are as far as being a conqueror is concerned. They have the same attitude, which you will find in every patriarchal civilization or society. When you live under a patriarchal society or civilization, the men have this sick thing about dominating other men. I want to be the king of the hill. I got to be top. You ever play that game? I forgot what it was called, Man on the Mountain or something like that. And the purpose of the game is you stay on top. Once you get on top, you got to make sure all the other kids can't take your place. You got to knock them down, throw them down to the bottom of the mountain. That's the attitude that in a patriarchal civilization or society, that's what they have. So what you're looking at is the white man, the American white man said, I'm on the top. He don't give a damn about the European. The American white man must be on the top. That's how they play the game. Then the Chinese man said, hey, I'm coming for your spot. So it's all about
the white man.
Huh?
That's what I'm asking the person. Should I love the white man then? I hate the white man. Am I wrong for hating the white man? I hate the goddamn white man.
You can hate the white man all that you want to, but also at the same time, for me, it's about justice. And I understand exactly what has happened, because you have African people right now, you have African people who have run from Africa, and they will call some African person in Africa a devil and call them devils because of their treatment.
I agree with
anybody,
that. Yes.
Anybody.
There are African devils.
Yeah.
There are black devils, just like there are white devils. Yes,
but
yes,
there's
indeed.
no.
I do agree
but
with
that's
that.
Just that's just a religious a religious label. The devil, the character or being, it does not exist. That's just name calling. That's just childish name calling, and that's what Elijah Muhammad was telling Farrakhan before, towards the end of his life. He was telling Farrakhan, that's just nothing but name call. We're not doing that no more. See, that's how it is. When somebody is picking on you or whatever, you call people names and whatever, but that's not the reality. You're dealing with conquerors. You're angry and you're upset and you're mad because the white man kicking your ass. If you don't like it, then change things around. But you're not. You'd rather sit back in the cut and white man devil. So, when it's all said and done, he control your happy ass. He don't give a damn because you calling him a name. What you gonna do about it?
At the end of the day, brother, man, I mean, man, out of all due respect, I will have to say, man, look at Trayvon Martin. Look at brothers like Trayvon Martin.
It don't make any difference.
Like,
it don't make no difference. You can talk about the injustices all you want to.
Wait just a second. Just let me get this out real quick, brother. I saw your mic, but I'm saying at the end of the day, man, look at brothers like Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Philando Castile, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean,
you live with your enemy.
The thing
you're
is,
you're not trying to. These people, you live with your enemy. They've been doing this stuff for 300 years. What you gonna do about it? So what?
Progressed that much, since
calling them devil ain't gonna change nothing.
But when you see, man, all these black people, man, what are they supposed to say, man? What are they supposed to do when the only one that's bringing death, bringing murder, bringing all of the ills.
Hell, the same day, the same day.
They're white.
Craig.
How can we love them?
Craig, the same day that Trayvon Martin was killed, how many Negroes was killing each other on the same day? On the same day.
Yes, indeed. No, trust me.
When are we going to get to the point? Where are we going to get to the point?
I already know, man. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I said. There's also African devils and black devils. I'm not taking them away from there being African devils and black devils.
When are we going to take responsibility for ourselves and be held accountable?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
When are we going to take responsibility for ourselves and hold ourselves accountable? Look. You live with your enemy. It's just like chickens that live with foxes. Foxes eat eggs. Foxes eat chickens. And they can live together for a certain period of time, but foxes eat eggs. Foxes eat chicken. And how the chicken go get upset? Hey, George is missing. What happened to George? And the fox is licking his tongue. I don't know. We live in a country that clearly we've had problems with going on 500 years. How you gonna get upset when the fox want to eat some chickens now and then? How you gonna get upset? You're making no attempt. We're making no attempt.
Should we hunt the? Should we love the fox?
It ain't about
hunt the fox.
It ain't about love. It's not about love. People are always talking, you love the white. No, this is the only life that we know. Just like if you get a dog, when you bring a dog to your house. It ain't about it's not about love. That's the only life he know, living with you in your house. He don't know nothing about going out into the world and hunting rabbits and doing for himself and whatever. It ain't about love. It's about, this is all I know. This is all I know. We've been in this country going on 500 years. It's all we know. We came off a slave plantation, couldn't read and write. The white man and the slave plantation is all we know. We have no knowledge of being independent, doing for ourselves or whatever. Our only example for manhood and womanhood is the Bible and the white man. And that's what we do still to this day. And we copy his behaviors. We drink, we get drunk, we smoke weed. We do all the things that he does, we do because he's our parent. He's our example of how to live life. This is all we know. This is all we know. Nobody from Africa.
Go ahead.
Look, nobody from Africa taught us how to smoke weed. Nobody from Africa taught us how to drink. Nobody from Africa told us how to watch and make pornography and all the other crap that we do every day. We all learned it from him and his society. We're nothing but dark-skinned versions of him. That's all we know. And then the people that talk about, I'm an African or whatever, you don't see them living. Most of them don't even eat African food. I live in the St. Louis area. And if I really wanted to be an African, I would be going to these African stores where they sell strange looking vegetables. Africans don't eat the way we eat. They like to eat a lot of goat and other types of meats and vegetables and stuff. These people, I'm a Pan-African and it's all about Africa. They're not trying to live like a person on the continent.
That's true. Man, oh yeah, you talking about bush meat. Yeah, the goat, that kills everything. But like you said, I don't know why I'm getting this W, but on my video as far as, but yeah, everything you're saying, man, is 1,000% correct. They tried to get me to take down my Dark Side of Africa video. But go ahead, bro.
And if we're gonna be an African, then we need to decide which one we're gonna be. Stop trying. We're trying to be every African on the continent. First of all, according to the story, whatever African we're supposed to be, it comes from the West Africa. So that means we need to determine, pick one West African you want to be and be that. You can't stop saying I'm an African. No, pick one African and be that African people.
Remember,
and try to live that life,
man. You got Chief I talk about we were tropical Africans. We're speak on that too. You said we're nothing. We're not that. We're not tropical Africans. We're not Indians.
No,
we're not. New breed.
We're brand new. I mean, it's very, very simple when you think about it. I mean, let me see if I can break it down real quick in 5 minutes. Okay. Let's just use their story, the transatlantic slave trade story. Okay, the first thing that happened during the mixing process is all those people aren't the same. They was in separate tribes and whatever, they're not the same. So the mixing process began once they start hitting these boats. Then once they come over here, they was forced to interbreed with one another. That's the first mixing process. Mind you, that there was native people that was already here, Native Americans that was dark skinned or whatever. And I'm very sure they also was part of the mix. And then you also had the European that was raping all these people. And remember, this process was going on for hundreds of years. There's people talking about, I'm a pure. It's impossible. It's impossible for us to be put in this position for 300 some years and come out, you some pure something. You're not a pure nothing. It's impossible. This cracker is raping you. And then even if you didn't get raped, you still mix with the people that was a product of the rape. Biracials and mulattoes, and you married them and whatever. Our blood is up. That's why we don't have no specific look. We don't have no specific color. They call us black people, but we have no specific color. Our skin tones vary from the very light. Hell, some of us pass for white folks. So
what do you think about that punk? That punk Alcorn, man. Okay. Not to be disrespectful, but I'm just gonna say this. That punk Negro Indian who calls himself Alcorn. He just always taking shots at you. And I even heard he mentioned my name up in one of his last diss videos against you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think about these dudes that Aboriginal Indians? Like Alcorn,
it's the same principle. It's the same principle. They tried to make it like they're different or whatever, they're no different than the people that's Pan-African. They don't have no specific. Now, some of them claim certain tribes, whatever, but basically the majority of them is in the same position. They don't know what tribe they come from. They don't have no idea. And again, how are you and your ancestors going to be on a slave plantation? How are we going to be going through this process and come out pure? Now, if the slave master say, oh, we want to keep these Indians together and we want to keep this kind of Africans together, that's different. But that's not what happened. They grabbed all of them and they got all mixed up for hundreds and hundreds of years. How can your family avoid the mixing process of 300 years? And then even once we get free, we still do the same thing. We still mix and keep mixing. We still mix up till this day. We still doing it. But you're supposed to be pure. There's nobody.
Why is that nigga call you meatball? Why does?
Because he don't want to say my name. He might as well say my name because he might as well say my name because those listening know who he's talking about. And the ones that don't know who meatball is, they're gonna ask and you're gonna tell them, you might as well just go ahead and say my name. That's not, you know, trying to be slick not to say my name or give me no views. Well, putting meatball in the title, that will, but also, if you want people to know about your grievance, how you gonna get to let the people know about your grievance? And you talk about you using meatball, the people don't know who you're talking about. You know, new folks on the scene. Who the hell is a meatball? What you talking about? They don't even know. And you know that don't even attract people to listen to you because what the hell is a meatball? What are you talking about? I use your name because that's who I'm talking to. I'm gonna put your name in the title of the video because I'm talking about your happy ass. I don't give a damn who listen and who don't listen. I'm talking to you anyway. I'm not talking to them. They're just outsiders listening from the outside. But he never tried to challenge me on the Aboriginal thing. He always want to try to make mockery of the Mississippi campaign, which he can't do because the Mississippi campaign has never been tried. His solution is simply go to school, don't drink and smoke, get a good job. That's his solution. We've been doing that ever since we got off the slave plantation, and we still in this situation. It's more complex than that, sir. And you're not no damn American Indian. You're not no damn native. Well, actually you are, because you was created in North America on a slave plantation. But you're not part of nobody. You're not connected to nobody. In order for us to be part of other people, we must consider the CC, the connection and the contribution. How are we connected to these people and how have we contributed to their history? I look at the scholars, and I read a lot of the scholars, and I've listened to all the different scholars that we love. They never show the connection between us and these people. And there is no contribution of us to their history. They don't even African history. They don't talk about some long lost relative in America at all, period. They do not teach their people about some long lost relatives. And the only way they could do that, we would have to be pure so we can have that connection to them, but we're not pure. On Facebook, I call it's not no disrespect, but that's how we was treated. I call us farm animals. That's how we was treated. Whatever they did to farm animals, they did to us. And when they was dealing with farm animals, they created a cow that was just for milk. They created a cow for meat. And they did the same thing for us. They knew how to breed us to the point where they made the brothers big so they could go out in the field and work hard. They did that. They treated us just like the animal. You had, and we was talking about this on our last live stream, Brother Craig. They breeded us especially for the house, and they breeded us especially for the field. But we want to view ourselves, and we don't really want to look at the whole story like it's some kind of Cinderella story.
That was some hard work too.
We was our people were farm animals.
I don't mean to cut the wisdom. Hold on, let me just get this out real quick. Yeah, that was some hard work, man. Because I remember, I was up in 100-some degree weather, trying to cut this grass with just a push lawnmower. And shit, I damn near had a heat stroke.
I know
so what
that's
I'm
right.
saying, I just could imagine being a slave.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And they didn't have, during that time, I don't even think they had the push more. I think they just had that that sling. I don't know if you ever used one of those things. It's got a blade on the end. They call it a scythe. I think that's what they call it. That's what they used to chop down grass and stuff with. They didn't even have the push more yet, in the early days. That wasn't even invented yet.
Yeah,
so these people work hard as hell. And they work from sun up to sundown. And to my knowledge, they even work during the night. They work those people during the night too. We hear about the stories from sun up to sundown, but I also heard stories. They worked these people, took some lamps out there and worked them at night too.
Picking that cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cotton and sugar cane was the number one products.
Yeah. Yeah. It's some hard work. That's why I picked up. And I just don't understand at this point, why you got certain Negroes. But certain Negroes, man, want to be kings. And we talked about this. They got to be the king of everything. They don't want to, just like a lot of these Pan-Africans, that want to go back and travel, back to Africa. They never go into the harsh, rough environments. They never go into where African people are struggling. They always want to go live up or, get a weak room up in the hilts or whatever European hotel that they have over there up on the continent. But they're not out there with the people, man. That's why that stuff is fake, man. That's why I always agree with you. Always. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, why don't they, since they love Pan-African, Pan-African, the simple definition of Pan-African is you want to unite all dark-skinned people, not only in Africa, but around the world. That's the simple definition of what a Pan-African is supposed to be. So since you off into that so tough, why don't you go to the bad areas and try to be the middleman and settle some of these conflicts? Because that's what Pan-Africanism is about. It's trying to bring us together. How are you going to bring us together when you got people on the continent fighting each other? So why don't you take your happy ass and be the middleman and try to squash some of these conflicts? No, you want to go over there and look pretty. And like we said, because, most African countries, they live like Europeans now. So you're going to find where they still, where they live basically what you used to, a European lifestyle. And then you want to make a YouTube channel, search for Uhuru, all that crazy stuff with your comfortable ass. Won't you go out there where the real action is and get chased by a lion or something? Go where their action is, because them people go to the right place, they'll kill your happy. They don't even like Americans like that.
Oh, hell no, they don't even like themselves. They don't even like, it ain't just Americans. Shit, we're considered foreigners.
Yeah, foreigners, period.
Remember the video that I have on my channel? Shit, right next door from at the border of Cameroon and Nigeria. They look at even their own on the continent as foreigners.
As foreigners.
You think they care about us?
Right. They going, it's a fairy tale they're trying to live. That's not reality. Colonel Gaddafi, who was an Arab, who was the leader of Libya, he wanted to try to get them together to form their own economic system, so they wouldn't have to borrow money and depend on Europeans. And as you know, they assassinated him. And once he was gone, those African people didn't give a damn about forming no economic anything. They right back to doing whatever the hell they was doing. I said, how you going to help people that don't want to help themselves? How are you going to help somebody that's tribal like that? They only care about themselves. And then when you look at the leadership in these various countries, they don't even give a damn about their own people like that. So what the hell they care about some Americans? You got those corrupt Black African leaders over there. Their people starving, and they live in the high life. They don't even care. So what the hell do they care about some Americans? Look, we was just talking about this on the last live stream also. Ghana made almost $2 billion off of that return to the motherland crap they did a few years ago. How do we benefit? How did we benefit the African American? How many moved to Ghana? Are we dual citizens of Ghana now? What was the benefit of all that? Except Ghana made all that money off of Negroes trying to live a fantasy life.
Yeah, and also look at this. Remember, also in certain places of Ghana or whatever, they have these slave dungeons, and you got Pan-African American Negroes that want to be African so bad they'll take trips over there to go see the slave dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and man, what really the main thing is, man, you know, we have to, if we go back, repatriation, man, we have to have some type of power. I'm not saying that we need to go over there and live like Europeans. I don't want to live a European life. I just want to live a life amongst my own people exclusively. That's it. But, you know, there definitely has to be rules, you know, to the point. If me and you move over there, man, you know, our households have to be protected. We have to be able to go get food. So maybe at this point, the best place for us is right here in good old white man America. I don't know, man. I say the things that a lot of people won't say. I'm just going to be honest. I ain't trying to con nobody or hustle nobody. I'm just going to keep it real. Maybe the best place for us to be is right over here in good old white America. Go ahead, Brother Taalik.
Yeah, if you can't make it in America, what the hell you think? What make you think you're gonna make it in a foreign nation? And most of us can't even speak the language and don't know. See, the thing about going to a foreign country is, first of all, there's a language barrier. Second of all, there's a culture barrier. Because look, you can do things. You go to the wrong place and you don't understand those people's culture. Those people kill you over certain actions that you do. Hey, we don't do that here. You know, that's, you know, you earn death over that. We don't know. We don't understand these people's cultures and how they think or whatever. And that's a long process. But see, this is what I suggest with the Mississippi campaign. See, once you take control of a state, once you're successful taking control of a state, we can send what do you call those people? Anyway, you can send a small group of people to a chosen African nation that's willing to deal with us. And we can set up a settlement. That's what we'll do. We can set up settlements in certain places to see if it's viable for us to construct and build on African land. That's how you start. And those people, the first pioneers to go to Africa, we as a state, we can support them. We send them supplies, we send them money, we send our, you know, a little bit of soldiers. See, that don't really make any sense. But, you know, we're gonna send security, but you sending your settlement people, your new settlers over there because you made a deal with the government, and really you expecting the government to help protect you, you know, from any, you know, domestic threats like that. And you know, you also take your own security troops.
Let me just get this. I also have another question for you. What do you think about these super hoteps? Okay, just hear me out real quick, bro. These super hoteps, and I'm talking about, you know, Superman. You know, Superman with the red, black, and green cape.
Yeah.
There was an old meme on Facebook. Man, this was years back, and it showed that this one black brother, this younger black brother, and he was a Burger King cashier by day, and a pharaoh by night. As far as like he used to dress up in a costume and pretend he was like a pharaoh, pretend he was like some type of king, some type of royalty. But also, why don't our people ever want to claim who they truly are and what they come from. Everybody descends from greatness, descends from royalty. Everybody's
Yeah,
a
right.
king and queen. Nobody wants to claim the farmer, the goat
Right.
herder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to claim these type of things. I just don't understand that, bro. So I just wanted you to speak on that real quick. I just wanted to get that out in the video too. But go ahead, bro. I'll pass the microphone.
I mean, you already made the point on that, you know, because a nation and a civilization consider everybody in the nation and the civilization in ancient times, the majority of the people was not royalty. The majority of the people was just soldiers. They were soldiers. They was farmers, metal workers, you know, just like in any society. What, less than 1% was royalty. And everybody, and only a small percentage can be royalty. The whole kingdom is not royal, you know. And this is another thing, Brother Craig. I don't know why they think being royal is so great when, according to history, most of those people that was royal, they was corrupt. They was tyrants. They didn't do good by the people. The thing about royalty, the thing about leadership is that you're supposed to be there to serve the people. These folks flipped the script and used their power and influence and had the people to serve them. So they turned corrupt. They so corrupt that their blood is better than yours. And these people were sleeping with each other. Sons were sleeping with mothers. Fathers were sleeping with daughters because they didn't want to mix their blood with, you know, the peasants. You want to be part of that legacy? So that means these people must approve of incest, because that's what it was. But as you know, these royal people learned that incest stuff was killing them. So they know they had to start mixing their blood with outsiders, because that stuff their babies was being deformed, you know, suffering, you know, all kinds of ailments because of incest. So I don't see why they want to be a part of crap like that. They practiced, the royal people were tyrants and they practiced incest. I wouldn't want to be part of that. Ain't nothing special about that. And they was tyrants. Abusers of the people.
Yeah. Look at the conscious community.
Yeah.
Everybody, king this, queen that.
Now, in your own personal family, you doing that as a joke. Well, not as a joke, but you know, like if me and Terry Ellis that's my queen, you know, my Queen Terry, you know, whatever. And we said that in our family, and she said, "Oh, well, you know, you the king, brother." But we're not taking it like that's what we are real, and we want to practice that lifestyle, and there's something great about it.
She's a queen, man. Look at her. Her fame, celebrity, money, beauty. I mean, no, she's a real queen, bro. Now you're speaking of a real queen. But go ahead.
Yeah, so we do this because we're nothing. We do this because we suffer low self-esteem. We need something to give us value. So I'm gonna call myself a king. See, and there's nothing wrong to me. There's nothing wrong with those titles. But the thing about it is, you have to earn those titles. Most people that's a doctor or professor or whatever, they went to school for years and years and years to earn those titles. They don't just give you those titles. Oh, there go Brother Craig. He gonna be a doctor. That ain't how it works. And even going back to ancient royalty, do you know a lot of those people, those kings or whatever, a lot of them people earn the right to be a king because they was out on the battlefield. Yeah. They was out on the battlefield and they whooped a lot of ass and they rose up in the ranks and became king, you know, become royalty.
Okay, well, you know, a lot of those ancient kings was murdered, and as far as like even when we talk about the pyramids in Egypt, you know, the grave robbers. You had robbers, you had people that would come in. You got all that jewels, all that gold, all that wealth. Shit, there was hordes. There was bands. They put together bands of robbers. you know what I'm saying, that would go up in them pyramids, man, and steal some of them rubies and golds and stuff like that. But go ahead.
I mean, those aren't your dead. And even if they was your dead, these people the folks don't have no integrity for nothing. If they knew right now in our graveyards, right now, if people knew that these people's buried with some kind of valuables, they'll dig. These graveyards would be dug up all over this country. If people knew, they're not going to go through the trouble, because that's a lot of work to try to dig some, 6 foot of ground and all that. They have to actually know that this person was buried with some real valuable stuff. These graveyards all over this country would be. Folks don't have no respect for no dead like that. They don't care nothing about that. And look, the reality is, after a certain period of time, the relatives of these people not gonna give a damn about it. My grandmother died in 1989. I can guarantee you, ain't nobody been to her grave since. I can guarantee you that. I've been thinking about it myself, but what am I gonna? It would be just a ritual. Why would I go to my grandmother's grave? She can't talk to me. All I'm gonna do is go there and stand over some dirt. It would be just a ritual, because she can't talk. She can't talk to me.
That's true.
So what's the sense of wasting gas, wasting time, going to talk to some dirt?
Yeah, I haven't been to my grandmother's grave. My great grandmother and great grandfather's grave on both sides, because I can't bring them back.
No,
like you said, it's just a ritual. I mean,
it's just a ritual.
I want to remember them in their greatness when they were here. There's nothing that I can do once you go.
Yeah.
Nothing nobody can do. Not to this point.
And see, this is the thing about it. These hoteppers and all this blackity black stuff, they spend more time on getting to know the dead than they do the living. The dead can't do nothing for us. But see, you are alive. And I can call you on the telephone and say, Brother Craig, I'm doing bad, brother. Can I get $10? And you can send me $10 cash out. Dead folks can't do nothing for me. Can't do nothing for me at all. Or if I get in a fight, you and me walking down the street and we get into a fight, I can't call to the spirit of Malcolm X. Malcolm, help me, brother. Malcolm. He can't do nothing for me. But I can say, Craig, I got you, man. We in this together. We don't value living people. Especially when they disagree with whatever we believe in, whatever. I'd rather die, get my ass whooped, than ask Angel Snub upstairs for help. Well, that's your choice, sir. That's your choice. And we wonder why we getting our ass whooped. The reason why they whooping our ass, because they know that we don't stand together on nothing for nobody. We selfish. If the white man is the devil, how you gonna whoop the devil? Because the devil is united. He got his game and gone. How you gonna beat him being an individual? You can't beat him. The only chance you got in order to compete or beat him, you have to be united just like he is. That's the only way. All this feel-good rinky-dink stuff, I'm going to Africa, and Dr. Ben, nobody impressed by all that stuff. Your knowledge and your understanding. Your knowledge and understanding ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Don't mean nothing.
It becomes a hustle, though, because it's like, man, I'm glad you touched on that, because all these dudes, Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, and when I talk about Marcus Garvey, man, much respect to those brothers, man.
Right.
Those brothers did the best they could with the little bit of knowledge and opportunity that they had at those times. So much respect to those brothers. But
that's right.
This is 2022 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, great teachings, but how is that going to lead your nation, your people to liberation. It's not.
Right.
It's
Right.
not. But go ahead, bro.
Now, to my knowledge, since these people love history so much, where in history has a historian ever liberated a people? Historians don't liberate. Historians are nothing but knowledge keepers. And then even their knowledge can be biased. It can be tainted because it has to fit a certain narrative. Like I say, if John Henry Clark or Dr. Ben, if they believe that we're African, they're not going to look at any other narrative or not going to even entertain another narrative because they got to prove that the Negro of America is African, and that's what they're gonna use their knowledge to do that. But see, in order for a court, or if you are a fair person and want to hear and be associated with the right conclusion, that means all evidence must be added, all of it must be included in order to get the right conclusion. Because if you miss something, then you're not going to get the right conclusion. So if the conclusion is 6, you can't use 3 plus 2 because 3 plus 2 equals 5. Well, how the hell are you getting 6? There are things. Look, one of the main things I'm telling these people is, and just like you brought it up to me, to my attention too, which just put frosting on my cake because I already was thinking that way. You cannot ignore the breeding farms. You cannot ignore the over 300 some years of mixing these people. Now, the original breeders, the original people who kicked all this off, they can claim Africa. They can claim being a Native American. They can claim all the original people. We're not them. We're their descendants, and we're all mixed up. And once you mix something up, it's no longer of the original. It turns, we become something different. If you add 2% vanilla to chocolate ice cream, it's no longer chocolate ice cream. It's mixed. It would be chocolate vanilla mix or whatever. It's not chocolate ice cream. It would not be considered chocolate ice cream.
That's true.
We're mixed up. That's why the so-called Negro in America, we have no specific skin tone, we have no specific hair texture, we have no specific nothing. We exhibit whatever is in our DNA line, and it's all mixed up. It's all messed up.
Man,
now, toward the end of slavery, or after slavery, there was people that came from different nations, whatever, and you could probably keep up with with your purity status. But but during actual slavery, and you got all this mixing going on, how are you going to avoid being mixed? You can't. You can't do it. It's impossible.
This is why I have such of a problem, man, with the interracial relationships. And the reason that I say that, bro, and I'm going to break it down and explain it and make sure that I get this on video. Once again, the reason that I have so much of a problem with it, man, is because my ancestor, man, was actually physically raped.
Yeah.
She was physically a black woman, what they call an African woman or a Nigerian woman or whatever.
Right.
She was physically raped. You know what I'm saying, by racist slave masters and stuff, man. So I ain't gonna ever look at that as some type of union. That's not a union. Well, if that's why you a mulatto and you was raised by a white parent, came out of a white woman's womb, or had a white father or something like that, that's totally different than what my people went through. The reason I have admixture, this is just one case that I know about. Of course, there were many more, because a whole lot of my descendancy has on different types of admixture. But one case that I do know about is this, she was claimed to be a Nigerian woman, a purebred woman, and she was raped. So I could never honor an interracial relationship ever. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, we way off topic. I mean, before we get out of here, was there anything else that you want to talk about? Matter of fact, what made you want to get up early this morning? The Nation of Islam, y'all fake Nation of Islam wannabe. What made you want to get up this morning?
No, I wasn't talking about the Nation of Islam. I'm talking about these dudes who come up on YouTube and act as if they represent the Nation of Islam. As if they're like actual fruit of Islam. Like they're.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, this is the reality of it.
Yes.
Like I said, the Nation of Islam was dismantled back in 1975-76. It no longer exists. All these other people claiming Nation of Islam or whatever, that's their right. That's their choice or whatever. But the Nation of Islam does not exist. I could create my matter of fact. I started to do it. I started to create my own Nation of Islam version. They don't exist. But the most popular out there is Farrakhan. And this man just didn't do right. He did not bring the teachings back. What he did, he piggybacked off Elijah Muhammad, and he made a cult for himself. That's what he did. Nothing but a personality cult for himself. That's what he done. That's not, because people who know Elijah Muhammad's teaching, Elijah Muhammad made it very clear. Once I'm gone, y'all on your own. There is no third wheel. There's no divine comforter. There's nobody coming behind him. He made that very clear. You're on your own. If y'all float, you float. If you sink, you sink. It's done. So these other anything that comes after 1975, they're not the Nation of Islam. I mean, you can believe those teachings if you want to, but legally and technically, the Nation of Islam does not exist. It's just simple as that.
Okay, upon closing. I'm sticking to the topic upon closing.
Yeah, so I'm an FOI. I'm an FOI
right here, and I'm really glad that you were here and you were able to break this down, because I know you're very knowledgeable on this topic. So I would really appreciate if you would download this stream, and if you could mirror it or share it or whatever. But upon closing, two questions that I have. Is the white man still the devil based off of the original teachings? This is just what has been promoted to. So maybe I'm in error when I even make a statement like that about Elijah Muhammad's teachings that the white man is the devil. I still dearly hold on to that. And then the second thing is, based off of the time, the origins of the Nation of Islam to 2022, have we progressed or digressed as a people, as a black people? Go ahead, bro.
Well, according to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad taught, do not change my teachings. So if he said, do not change his teachings, and he taught that the white man is the devil, a race of devils, then that's what it is. However, according to Minister Farrakhan, who was the national representative of Elijah Muhammad, he was told by Elijah Muhammad, stop teaching that rhetoric. That was good for another time. It served its purpose, and we moving on with the teachings. You don't have to emphasize, the white man's the devil, that type of thing. So that's the instructions from what I've heard from what Elijah Muhammad, what he left us with. Have we progressed or digressed?
Since the foundation of the Nation of Islam. When was the Nation of Islam founded?
1930.
Okay. Since 1930,
1930.
from 1930 to
Yeah.
to 2022. Have we progressed or digressed as a people? Go ahead, brother. Up on close.
Yeah, I'll use this as an example, and I don't want to just pick on the Nation of Islam. I want to pick on us as a people, period, to answer that question. And I want to use this as an example. What have we done? What accomplishment have we done since the Civil Rights era? And then I want to add on to that. What have we done that illiterate slaves didn't do in 2022? I mean, I hear people bragging, I got farmland. Slaves had farmland. I'm building my own little town. Slaves did that too. Here we are in 2022, and we can't do no more than what people that was illiterate slaves that came fresh off the slave plantation. And you proud. Actually, to me, it's embarrassing because we have more technology, we have more money, we're more educated, and we're not progressing. We're not doing no more than what people that was fresh from the slave plantation was doing. Matter of fact, the people fresh from the slave plantation was progressing and moving so fast. That's why they had to form the Ku Klux Klan to stop them and terrorize them, to stop their progress. There's no, I mean, we do still have the Ku Klux Klan, but there's no real effort to try to stop us from doing nothing because there's nothing to stop. We're not progressing. You know, most of us, it's all about us, you know, what I'm doing. It's not about what we're doing. It's about what I'm doing or what my organization is doing. So we're not no threat. The only threat to this nation would be our unity. And when they thought that we was going to unite, when they thought that that was a possibility, the FBI, CIA, all these people went to work. They're not doing that. People tell you an agent, you a spy. An agent, a spy for what? Y'all ain't doing nothing. You're not progressing. You're not doing nothing. You ain't doing no more than what's, matter of fact, you're doing less than what slaves did, because those slaves, our ancestors, they were successful. They were progressing. They was making moves in this country to get the United States government attention. Even in the 1960s, our people got the government's attention. There was no doubt about it. Here we are in 2022. The only attention these people want is, can you look at my ass on Instagram? Can you send me some money because I talk, I talk good, praise me. And now that weed is legal, you got Negroes trying to sell weed on the internet. I got the good weed out here, y'all. It's all messed up. It's all messed up. So I mean, to make a short answer, we digress. We've gone backwards, and these poor children not being taught nothing at all. They just out here, genders, and all confused. They don't even know what their gender is. I'm a male, female, but I also think I'm a German Shepherd. They don't know what the hell they are. Our people all messed up. We all out here. And the so-called brothers and sisters that's supposed to be awakened and conscious, they're bad examples of that consciousness. People don't want to be like them, because really what they call it conscious is nothing but religious fanaticism. It's not being conscious. It's another form. They've taken the liberation struggle, the revolutionary struggle, and made a religion out of it. You got to believe this. No, revolution and liberation is simply changing the condition of a people, getting them up from under their oppression. That's all that it is. It has nothing to do with your personal wants, your personal needs. Now, once you get Once you get free, that's a different situation. But all these things that you want, your personal wants and needs, whatever, that don't mean nothing as long as you're under oppressor. So it don't make no difference if you're a Christian, Muslim, whatever. What you are is a Negro, and you're an American citizen. And if you don't bow down to that, they will put your happy ass in jail, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You'll sit there and rot for the next 30, 40 years. That's the bottom line, because you have no power. And see, this is what kills me. Those people that don't like the Mississippi campaign, what do you have that's going to give you power and influence? They don't have nothing. They don't have no plan. They don't have no vision. What's going to give you some power to put a stick in your hand? See, when you got a stick in your hand and you walking down the street and some crazy dog come from out of nowhere and you lift up that stick, most dogs are like, I think I changed my mind and leave. But when they see that you helpless and don't have a stick in your hand, yeah, they're going to come and try to bite your happy ass because you can't defend yourself. And that's why we are the victims that we are. We have no stick. So what do the Pan-African and the people like Alquan, and what stick do these people have for us to put in our hand to give us some power? So when the beasts come out the woods, we can whip their ass with the stick. They have nothing. But the Mississippi campaign is about putting a stick in your hand. See what I'm saying? And that's something nobody has accomplished. If you're so smart, why don't y'all take over a state then? You don't even have to do the Mississippi campaign. Since you a god and you royalty and y'all so damn smart, take control of a whole state since you're so smart. You don't need me. Why don't y'all do it then? Do it your way. I don't care as long as the job get done. Take a state. They're not going to do anything. They just want us to continue to live in La La Land, these fairy tales, and Disneyland. Brother Craig, we might as well just go to church and praise Jesus. What difference is? It's all the same. The only thing they did was push Jesus out the way and put Dr. Clark and Kemet and all this other stuff as religious figures. They ain't doing nothing no different than church. Same stuff. And I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. I want us free. I want us liberated. I want us to have some power. So when we speak, your happy ass better listen, because there's a consequence. If you don't listen, you don't hear my voice. You don't respect me, damn it. That's what I'm about. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to come on your platform. And I do want to say that you probably don't even know, but I was on Moore's World TV Monday.
I didn't see that. I saw the first one.
Yeah, I was on Moore's World TV Monday, and I was talking about the Mississippi campaign. Sure. And Brother Craig, to begin 2022, I want to leave all that. I want to leave Sister Noel and Aleeyah, Alquan, all those people. I want to leave them behind. I had no intent to talk about them at all. It's over. I want to start fresh and new. But do you know, I was on this brother's channel, and the topic was the Mississippi campaign. Here comes Sister Noble. Here come Aleeyah, Pork Chop, Alquan. They coming into the chat room. I want to talk to him, and whatever.
Wow.
They came and crashed my live stream. So here comes Sister Noble with her. You know what she want to say. The topic is Mississippi campaign. She did not challenge the Mississippi campaign. She didn't say nothing. She wanted to come on that brother's show and talk about how I backstabbed her and what I did to her, which I didn't do a damn thing to her. And that brother, see, this is the thing about it. That brother is not emotional. He's not biased. He just listened. And he just listened to what she had to say. And I sat back in the cut and just let her talk. I didn't try to cut her off or nothing. Let her speak. And I was just quiet. And she dug her own grave. That brother was hitting her with certain questions and inquiry. I just sat back and there was no need for me to even say anything. See, this is the thing about it. Evidence, common sense, logic, it speaks for itself. I don't have to say nothing. That brother did the work because as she telling her story, he's listening and he like, well, what about this? What about that? And of course, she getting angry. She got so angry 2 times he had to cut, take her off the live stream. One time, I think she was just being disrespectful. And then he brought her back. And then he had to cut her off because she started talking about my mother. She don't know nothing about my mother. He said, I'm not talking about nobody's mother. And the sad thing about it also is it's Pork Chop did it. She following Pork Chop's orders. They went on Facebook to try to find my family members, and they called my sister. My sister was talking about, who are these people harassing and keep calling me about you? My people not interested. They don't mess with the social media like that. And you calling my people to find their number, because my baby sister, her telephone number is public, and it's been that way for years. Since 1986 or whatever. Same telephone number. So they found her. Huh?
Now I have another question.
Yeah.
Before you said you got off into this, I thought we were gonna close out, bro. Okay, I will speak. Why do they paint you as the bad guy? Like, I'm not 100% sure if you've ever seen. No, well, I would just make I would just take a guess and say that you have seen the movie Color Purple. With Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg. And from some of the dudes on YouTube, who have degrees and all that type of stuff, they talk about how they depicted the black man like it was more anti-black male propaganda, how they depicted the black man in the movie Color Purple. Yeah. And that just set like black women off on a frenzy against black men. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, man, how do you deal with that, man? I mean, I know how I deal with it, man. I had a whole lot of sisters, man, just pay me out for the bad guy for no reason whatsoever, man. I mean, okay, have you ever seen that movie Color Purple?
Of course.
What do you think about that? Is that accurate?
What's that?
How they depicted the black man being the enemy even worse than the slave master. They claimed that the black man was the enemy. So I guess the question is, okay, all right. Okay, I got my train of thought back. Why are these 2 sisters depicting you as such a monster? I mean, are you a womanizer? A manipulator of black women? I mean, man, let these 2 sisters tell it, yo. You man, you the boogeyman, the monster underneath the bed to black women, bro. But I had nothing like.
Well, I've never, and I can't understand. They don't never really describe what did I really do to them. They don't ever describe. I'm still trying to learn that myself. What did I do to cause you harm? And they cannot explain that. What did I do to you to cause you? No, what happened was you don't like the fact that you did me wrong, and I come out here on social media and I tell people the truth about what you done to me. That's what the problem is. That woman, Aleeyah, well, I'm not going to be redundant. I already explained to you what she done to me. And she don't like the fact that I'm out here telling people what she done to me. She's a low down, dirty type person. She got her daughters enslaved, got them all zombified in her house, destroying their life. They have no life for themselves. She's lived her life. She's been married, 8 times, have 9 children. She lived her life, made her mistakes, had her little successes or whatever.
She got those daughters locked up in the house, denying them a husband, denying them the right to make mistakes and live their life and whatever. And they can't even take care of themselves. If she got real sick or she died, I feel sorry for those daughters, because they don't know how to really take care of themselves. They depend on her for everything. But she got another group of daughters that escaped her plantation, and they're not doing the best in the world, but they're living their life. They got tired of living under what she want. Everybody in the house like red tomatoes, but we got to eat green tomatoes because she don't like red tomato. It's all about her. We got to listen to her. I'm a Michael Jackson fan. She don't want to listen to Michael Jackson. You got to listen to the music she like to listen to, that old late 1940s, 50s type music, and maybe some she liked was it Tamar Braxton or whatever. I don't like those people. But you got to do and live how she feel you need to live. You don't have no say so in your own life. But that's what they don't like about me. And matter of fact, that's what these people don't like about me. I had no problem with nobody. These people call me a coon and a sambo and an integrationist and a homosexual lover. You are a liar. Now, if I was that, I would tell you that. But if I tell you that's not what I'm about, don't try to push that narrative. That's what I am. I have the right to defend myself. Homosexuality is unnatural. But at the same time, that's my brothers and sisters in the struggle. And if we got reparations, they deserve reparations. They deserve to be liberated and free. Matter of fact, a lot of those people would probably fight physically quicker than your happy ass would. Because I know when I was locked up, I was cool with gays and lesbians when I was locked up, and they physically would kick your ass, while those other brothers that's supposed to be so pro-black or whatever the hell they supposed to be, they never was fighting the peck of wood like that. Those people pick up a chair and bust you upside the head quick. And when it comes to interracial relationships, I don't advocate that, but that's my brothers and sisters. It's a lot of us, our people that's married, not only to white people, but other races. And we have cousins and nieces and nephews who are biracial, whatever. I'm not going to, that's not me. That's not my job to hurt my people. My job is to help us and to love us and have an understanding. And see, I don't worry. And there's a lot of us who are crackheads and all kinds of stuff. But that's not my job. See, the job is, if you put yourself in a better position, all these other things that y'all worried about, they will slowly disappear, because the people themselves won't be interested in those type of behaviors. They won't be interested in smoking weed all day. They'll begin to look at each other and embrace their true gender. All these things slowly and surely will disappear. The reason why we are facing all these different types of ill behaviors and things is because we live in that society that creates them. You create a society and take out all the factors that create these behaviors and these degeneracies, it'll slowly disappear, because they can't reproduce. Gay people can't reproduce. They have to be created. Something is creating them because they can't reproduce. So you figure out what the factors is, take away the factor that make people want to get drunk. And you don't have to worry about it no more. And pretty soon, you'll develop a society that have no interest in liquor. They have no interest. Matter of fact, they have no interest in interracial relationships, because they've fallen in love and only know themselves. And
Yes.
to go outside of self, that would be very, very rare.
Why you
Like
still
you
here with me? I know we're way off topic, because we actually were closing out, man. But you brought up Mrs. Aleeyah Muhammad, and Mrs. Noble Levine, not to bring her name up again, but
Yeah.
I was talking about the movie Color Purple. I just wonder, why do our sisters act like this, man, towards a lot of brothers? I mean, I understand that a lot of black men have did black women so wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from our sisters' pain, but I mean, what I don't understand, what I don't get, is a lot of black women act like they don't want a good brother. They want to follow behind a man that's going to mistreat them.
Right.
So why do our sisters act like this, bro?
Craig.
That's just the question of the brother.
Craig, I was good to both of these women. Very, very good. Even when I was broke. I didn't even have a job when I was with Aleeyah. I was broke, but I had my credit cards. I still was doing what a brother's supposed to do for his family, for the people that he loved. I was just putting, I didn't have a job. I was just putting everything on a credit card. And I still was doing what I need to do. I didn't hurt that woman. The problem was she wanted me to be a FOI. She wanted me to be Nation of Islam. I've never been that. And she knew I wasn't that. And she also know I did. It's a lot of stuff that I disagree with in the teaching. Anyway, she know what I was. And she also knew that I was not interested in no sex crap. Because I have value. I don't just jump in beds with people like that. She's in a hurry to get married. And the reason why she's in a hurry to get married, because she want to jump in the bed with me. And she wants the marriage thing to justify it in the eyes of her followers, which is her daughter. So you got to be married first. Yeah, but your marriage is fake. It's based on false principle. And it wasn't real anyway. It wasn't a legal, documented in the America court marriage. That's why I went for it, because I knew it wasn't legal in the court.
I ain't just talking about that sister. I'm just talking about why these sisters in general act like this towards the brothers. Man, it's like,
well, I'll tell you this here. Coming out of the man's and what we've been conditioned to say, the man's supposed to be a provider, man's supposed to be a protector. You put up this big front, but you're not doing it. She's out here wandering because she don't have a rooster in the hen house. Well, she got a rooster in the hen house, but it's not you and me. She got another rooster. And that's why she go to that rooster when she needs something, because she knows she can't come to you. You don't have no power. You can't do nothing. So if she needs some Similac for her children, she go to the rooster that can provide it. You don't make no Similac. You don't build no houses for her. You don't educate her children. The only thing we're worth is stud horses, like back in slavery. That's the only thing we know how to do is fill her up with babies that we can't take care of. We make all these babies, don't produce no baby milk, no baby car seat, no baby clothes, no baby food. We making these babies so the rooster, other than yourself, take care of your children. How is a woman supposed to look at you, look at us, when this is the type of behavior? And we're not slaves no more. We're over 100 years from slavery.
wow, this is so true. The way you breaking it down, I love it, bro. Man, we're not in power, so that's man. They rely on that white rooster,
Right.
white American rooster, to take care of them, because we haven't gained power or liberation. We ain't able to guide them. Go ahead, bro. Wow.
I mean, that's just the bottom line. And I forgot what conversation. I think it was in Soul Liberation Day. I think I used that as an example. When I was growing up, roosters didn't play that. Roosters will fight to the death over their hens. We don't do that. When our children, when you brought up Trayvon Martin, and I love that brother. I never knew him. I love him because he shouldn't have died that way. I hate that cracker or whatever the hell he's George Zimmerman. I hate that guy. I hate him. That was low down and dirty what he did. He shot that young boy in the heart because his ass couldn't fight. He's a piece of trash. George Zimmerman should not be talked about today if there was roosters in the hen house. Matter of fact, it's so pathetic. Trayvon Martin's own father didn't stand up for him. They got that money from that housing authority or whatever, and you ain't heard a damn thing from Trayvon Martin's family, period. You know, we always sell ourselves out for some trinkets from this cracker.
Brother was scared, though.
Yeah.
You know, I got to tell you when you make a statement like that. My brother was scared, man. What is he supposed to do? Go out here and get himself mowed down up in the streets by the white KKK cops? What is he supposed to do? He was scared. We don't have no power. He's just an individual, bro. But go ahead. Bro.
Absolutely. We don't have no power. See, this is the thing about it. If we had power, even from a state view, when that happened, when that went down with Trayvon, of course, the state of Mississippi don't have no jurisdiction or nothing like that. But you do have the power. You could send your lawyers to help convict his ass, help get some evidence, or do something to help that situation. And one thing, his memory will never die. We don't talk about Trayvon Martin no more. You know, we don't talk about our people like that no more. Once it's over and the cracker stop putting these people on the news, you know, we don't talk about our folks no more. But when we control, when you're in power, they will always be remembered. We will always know about our people that fell victim to the racism in this country. We're not gonna forget a damn thing. And one thing for sure, if we control Mississippi, George Zimmerman don't bring your ass to Mississippi. That's for sure. But we don't have any kind of power at all. We don't have nothing. And that's my thing. If you don't like the Mississippi campaign, oh, that's a pipe dream, that don't work. Well, why don't you take control of a state? What is your vision? What is your plan to give us some power? Because this Pan-African stuff and the Black Muslims and the new Black Panther Party, y'all been around a long time. And what do you have? You've accomplished nothing. You should be shamed. Do you know in less than 30 years, it would be 100 years. And we'll probably, well, I don't know about me because I'm sickly, but within the next 30 years, it would be 100 years since the civil rights movement, and we haven't accomplished a damn thing. You and I should be shamed. We should be embarrassed. The best thing that we can say, and it was nothing but a bunch of hype, the best thing that we can say that we really accomplished was the Million Man March, and it produced nothing.
Wow.
We should be shamed. We should be shamed and embarrassed. Do you know, Brother Craig, our generation will be the most loser generation ever produced? Do you know that? If we don't do nothing soon, we would be the most loser generation ever produced.
You have no accomplishments.
No accomplishment.
We digress. Like you
and
said.
And see, this is the thing about it. They brag about history, and that's cool. It's good to know your history, because if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. I understand all that. So you need to know history. We need to know history so that we can learn about the mistakes that other people prior to us made so that we can do better. I understand that, right? But the thing about it, that's cool knowing about history. But what about making history yourself? Matter of fact, if you make history yourself, you ain't really tripping about history, period, because you are a history maker. So you don't have time to be talking about Kemet and ancient Ethiopia and what happened in 1930. You're too busy because you're making your own history for future generations to read. Matter of fact, I want my history to surpass Kemet, to surpass all that other history. So when the future generations start reading about history, They focus on what we was doing. Like, damn, Kemet was cool, and what? But these guys here, Brother Craig and Taalik, damn, they was taking care of some serious business. The reason why we live the way we live today is because them brothers took care of business. That's what I want. I want to be the pioneer. I want to be the forefathers of a brand new reality for us. But it's not going to be given to you. You got to earn it. These people want praise, they want honor, but they don't want to earn it. And then some of them have the spunk. They have the sincerity and the fire, but they keep following these people that's not going to lead them nowhere. I don't want to be a leader. I don't call myself no leader, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to take that role whether I like it or not, because clearly these people, they're not doing it for us.
Right.
They're not doing it for us. Is the Mississippi campaign perfect? No, it's not. Mississippi campaign is not perfect. That's why I need your help. That's why I need the help of everybody so we can put our brain power together so as we move forward, we know that we got a good foundation. We know what we need to do. But with more people on the soul train, when there's problems and there's issues, there's more people that we can rely on more so than me, because I can't do it by myself. I can't do it even if I wanted to. I just can't do it by myself.
Man, are black people scared, bro? And the reason that I say that is the fact that Operation Exodus, Mississippi, would be very, very powerful. But it's just the fact, one thing is we do not have the following, man, to be able to get the masses of people. I believe the masses of people have become comfortable and lazy. And not only that, like when you look at all these black people with this influence that will be able to put together a million-man march. No strikes against the Nation of Islam.
Right.
What happened during the original million-man march. But I'm talking about like the Michael Jordans, the Tariq Nasheeds, the Sinettas, the Kevin Samuels, the Negroes with influence that will be able to gather a million people to do something like that would be real beneficial. The Oprah Winfrey's, all the uppity Negroes who got the influence. I'm just trying to figure out how come, some of these Negroes, man, you really can't blame, because I don't think that they're really conscious at all. They don't even know, the fact, they just like Michael Jordan, he's worth $1 billion, living nice, dating white women and Hispanic women. And to him, that's freedom.
Yeah.
But when you get these supposed conscious people like the Tariq Nasheeds or the YouTubers like Kevin Samuels, who getting all of this money. And they're just spending it. Even the Brother Polites getting all this money, wanting to go live out in Beverly Hills and smack white European Playboy bunnies up on the behind. Drive the white man's Rolls Royce and all that. How come we can't get these type of people to galvan? I mean, we can't get the assistance of these leaders that's out here leading black people. We can't get them galvanized. I mean, we can't get them together up on the right page to be able to galvanize the people, man, towards Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Now, I'll pass the mic. I just wanted to get all that out, bro. But go ahead.
I mean, you make a good point. And unfortunately, like we said before, like you were saying before, I would say that the reality is a lot of our people are scared because they want to stay in a position where they can blame the white man. Because if you take control of Mississippi and Mississippi become worse than what it was when you got it, and it's a failure, and you are the one in control, who you gonna blame? They want to stay in the position where they can blame and try to hold somebody else accountable. But in a situation where you take control of a state and everything fall on you and you still fail. And that's a scary thing, Brother Craig. That's scary. It's a scary thing. I mean, I was locked up for 10 years. I became, semi-institutionalized. It was scary for me to think about, okay, I've been locked up for 10 years. When I got locked up, cell phones was just coming out, really. The internet was just getting strong when I got locked up. 10 years later, the world has changed a lot. They done tore down buildings. They done put up new buildings, within that 10-year period or whatever. I was scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I was scared. I had to fight myself, hype myself to know that I can do better than being locked up in here. I don't have to take this. I can get out of here. I had to fight myself and build my confidence up. You can make it because you've been locked up. How am I going to take care of myself? Where am I going to work? When you got this incarceration stuff in your background, you can't get, already, even before then, for us brothers, a lot of us have problems finding employment anyway. Even when we law-abiding citizens, a lot of us have problems finding work anyway. But when you got this ex-con jail crap on your background, it makes things much difficult, more harder. And then you got your family members, they claim they love you, but when it take you so long to find a job or try to do something for yourself, when you gonna leave, when you gonna get a job, what's taking so long? People don't have no patience with you. So it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing, and they don't want to admit it, but it's a scary thing. And if you take control of a state and you are actually accomplishing the vision that I'm talking about in my brain that I see, a lot of those things that these people represent, like Kevin Samuels and Tariq Nasheed and Farrakhan, a lot of those teachings and a lot of those things, the people won't even need them no more because they're healing and they are involved in activity to make the things that these people teach a reality. So I don't need Nation of Islam teachings because I'm living this. I'm actively living this, doing this 24 hours a day now. The things that Tariq Nasheed talking about, I'm building a nation. When you take control of a state, you actually are in control of a nation. Each state is capable and is set up to govern itself just like an independent nation. It's just part of a confederation called the United States of America. Each state actually can operate on its own merit. Like if the federal government failed, Mississippi would turn into its own country. If the federal government failed, Alabama would turn into its own country. Now, if they want to stay together, that would be different. The states would still want to stay together. That's different. But each state is set up. Very wise. See, you call the white man the devil, but Elijah Muhammad says, study him, because there's a lot of things the devil have done really, really right. He's done a lot of right. That's why he's so successful. These were some wise people, and you can tell how wise they are because what they put into existence is still strong and rolling till this day. And actually, when you think about it and look at what they did, this is a good setup. And a lot of countries around the earth try to fashion their governments like the America, because I mean, of course, nothing is perfect, but it's how they set everything up, the checks and balances and stuff like that. It's a good setup. But it does have a lot to do with fear. They're scared. They don't want to admit it. They scared. They don't want to, because take control of a state, that is your black nation. It's your nation because you can take the public system and teach whatever the hell you want. And you can remove all these laws that was against you and bring in your new laws. You can set everything up the way you feel it needs to be set up. But the problem also is you have to learn how to compromise with your people. Everybody's not going to be the same. That's the problem. Now, if you want it to be an Islamic nation, then the Nation of Islam need to do that by themselves. Don't expect other people to help you. Don't expect me to help you set up a Nation of Islam in Mississippi. I'm not doing that. Operation Exodus Mississippi is not about what I want. It's about what is in the best interest of us as a diverse people and taking other people's feelings into consideration in what they're doing. I'm not interested in your private life. I don't care if you gay or you married to white women or whatever you do, as long as you're not a criminal, I could care less. It's about what is in the best interest of us as a people and understanding our diversity. This is the reason why a Michael Jordan could really support the effort, because we're not doing or saying anything that's going to hurt him, because they say they want to see black people do better. They say they don't want to see us go to jail. Well, if that's the case, then you help us be better and accomplish this mission, because this example would be good to inspire our children. Give them something for real, not Kemet and all this other stuff in history. We talking about the now. They can put their hands on something. They can see something while they're alive. They can be inspired by. If you claim, if you claim that and see, this is another thing. You put the ball in the court of white people, because white people talk about y'all on welfare, and well, we getting off welfare. Help us in this effort. We want to get a piece of the real piece of the pie. We want some power too. Black people are criminals. Well, now we're putting ourselves and making moves. We're going to put an end to all that kind of stuff. We're going to rehabilitate our people. You're not going to even worry about us going back and forth to jail no more, because now we got something where the people are really rehabbing themselves by building a new reality. So you ain't gonna have to worry about us going in and out of jail like that no more. No, you want us to keep your jails and prisons filled. You want us to use your drugs and alcohol and watch your damn pornography. No, but see, this takes the ball out of our court and put it in the court of the people that's talking all this bull. Well, we're striving to do something better to take ourselves out of the welfare system, out of the prison system. Put your money where your mouth is. Oh, well, so that's either they're going to put up or shut up. They're going to expose themselves for what they really are, or they're going to help in the effort, because we're doing nothing illegal. Matter of fact, we're doing something to make ourselves a better people. We're trying to make our people better, and we're not doing it by force. We're going to the people, and we're not going to talk about, well, if you don't do this, God don't know. We're going to our people and say, look, if you do this, and if you care about your future generations and you want us to be a better people, we're not asking you to be holy and righteous and nothing like that, but it's going to take a certain amount of holiness and righteousness to get ourselves on the right path. We're damaged goods. We know that we're sick. And that's why I say, use the people. Do you know that the greatest expense of any business is labor costs? I say take advantage of all our physical labor. Crackheads can work. Got to be watched. Got to be supervised, whatever. But they can go to work, and while they work, they rehab. Our little babies, some of them can barely walk. But what I say, let them be part of history. Take them out into our fields where we grow our own corn. We raise our own chickens. Let the little baby put some chicken feed in the little baby's hand. Let them waddle out there and throw some feed to the chickens. Take a picture. So when they get old, they say, look, you was helping us build our nation. When you was 3 years old, you was feeding the chickens. That make our people stronger and stronger and stronger. They get high off liberation. They get high off being free, so they don't have to seek drugs and alcohol. And they don't give a damn about what's happening on TV. I'm building a reality, something real. I don't have to indulge myself in fantasy and fiction on television and YouTube and all this garbage. Look at what we're doing in reality. And then we have these gatherings like church, but it's not church. It's a gathering where we get together and talk about our accomplishments. What did we do? Well, you know, old Bessie the cow, she just had 2 calves, and we produced such and such amount of milk this week, y'all. And we imported milk to Somalia this week. And we got airplanes going to China. We sending some of our vegetables and fruit to China. I mean, see, that's what the people need to hear. But you can't do it without work. Mississippi campaign about putting all of us to work. That's why it has to be a nationwide movement so we can get our homeless people off the street, and we're going to support them, but they got to understand you're going to work. We building a new reality. We are, in essence, building a nation. And you have to understand that you are a soldier until we get to the point where we can do better. You're a soldier. This is enemy territory. If you have to sleep in a damn camping bag, that's what you do. This is not no comfort. We're not bringing you. This is the same. You have to act like you're a soldier. And soldiers go into swamps. They go into jungles. They go into deserts. We're trying to take over this territory. And once the war is over, we'll make you comfortable. And you're not going to be comfortable because somebody gave you something. You're going to be comfortable because you earned it. You was a good soldier. You lived in a damn tent for 6 months or a year or whatever it takes in order for us to get this off the ground. You a soldier, you deserve it, and your nation is going to support you, our veterans. Oh man, it's wonderful. Craig, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I can see it. I can envision everything. But it also take a change of attitude, a change of mindset. And it does going to require a certain amount of holiness and righteousness, because a soldier, a revolutionary, you cannot fight your battle drunk. You cannot fight your battle high. It's not going to work. You got to be in the best state of mind that you can. Now, after the fight is over and you want to get a little tipsy or whatever, you earned it. It's your time to celebrate. You know, because I don't represent religion or nothing like that. You know, if you want to take a little taste of the old spirits or whatever, but guess what? You want to be in a position where you grow your weed and you make your liquor that you're drinking. So when you get high, so when you get drunk, you drinking the liquor that you make, and you also smoking the weed that you grow. Man, incredible. That's what we want. Wow. And guess what? Craig? There's nothing the black woman can say when she see her black man producing. What can she say? Because she's going to come to the brothers. Can I get that secretary job? Can I buy that coat that's made from the cotton that the black man produced? Can I get that formula that's a good formula that our scientists have created for our babies if they can't drink breast milk? That's the position I want us to be in. That's the position. And your little girls and your little boys said, my daddy bad. Woo, my daddy. Look what my daddy helped do. What we helped do. Not what Angel Snubbed Up 7, not what Deacon Twin or Craig. This has to be a project what we done. This is what the black man and woman in America done. The credit don't go to Angel. Yeah, Angel brought it up and whatever, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's nice that y'all give me credit. You don't have to give me a damn thing. Just accomplish the goal, accomplish the feat. And the thing about it also, Craig, is it's easier than we believe. The problem is we don't want to do anything. We have so many forces against us that's keeping us, as Spike Lee said, doing the right thing. And if Pan-Africanism or if the Nation of Islam, if they can bring us these kind of results, that's cool. But my thing is, y'all been around for a long time and you're not producing. It's time that we produce. Can you imagine if Minister Farrakhan had something like the Mississippi Campaign back in 1995 during the Million Man March, and he gave all those soldiers, all these people that's listening, gave us our orders and had a plan and a vision to take control of a state. Hell, we might even have more than one state by now, because that was 1995. Hell, we might be working on the next state by now. Being bad. And guess what? When you got results like that, our people with money, our people with a little influence, they gonna ride with you. They might not ride in the beginning. When they see that you're serious, they might secretly ride with you. Man, those Negroes doing some bad stuff. But when they see that you're successful and the people really mean and doing some real stuff, hell, they'll come out. Michael Jordan might say, hey, never mind my lifestyle. Y'all doing some bad stuff there. I'll give y'all $100 grand. What you want me to do to help? Never know. You don't know what people might do when you're doing the right thing. And they see our children. You change the public school system. And we improve the grade average. We get more college graduates. Our teenage pregnancy rates drop. Our marriage rates gets higher. It's all on us when we take control of our destiny. And that's what the Mississippi campaign is about. Taking control of your destiny. The reason why we haven't taken control of our destiny, because we don't know how. And you're listening to people that put on a good show, but clearly they've been around for a long time and y'all don't have nothing really to show for it. And you should be embarrassed. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I can see it. I can see the vision. I can see everything. What did Elijah Muhammad say? Up, you mighty nation. I think that's what Marcus Garvey said too. Up, you mighty nation. You can accomplish what you will. And that's why I stand. I'm going to stay. I'm going to keep standing on the Mississippi campaign. I don't give a damn how much they laugh, how much they make mockery, because when it's all said and done, they don't have nothing to show. You laughing at me, you might as well laugh at yourself, because you don't have nothing to show. You ain't doing nothing. But your way have been tried. You're failing. The reason why Angel Snub 7 exists, the reason why the Reality's Temple on Earth exists, is because of y'all failure. If you were successful, there's no need for me to open up my mouth. There's no need for Reality's Temple on Earth. There's a need for Reality's Temple on Earth because these ideologies and things are actually hindering your progress. Fighting over religion, fighting over spirituality, fighting over ideology. These things are hindering your progress and making you so emotional you can't think. And you have to be able to think. This is like a chess game. You have to be able to think. It's all about strategy. It's all about out tricking the trickster, out slicking the slickster, because we don't have the military might to do anything. We don't have no army. We don't have no guns. We don't have no tanks. We don't have no bazookas. We don't have no nuclear bomb. So since we physically know, and most of these folks is cowards anyway, they're not gonna do anything anyway. So if you're not gonna go that route, then be slick. Take advantage of what your enemy give you, what your oppressor give you. Take advantage of those different things in your resources and turn the tide in your favor. If you're smart. All this emotional stuff don't mean a damn thing. Make you feel good, but don't really mean nothing. So on that note, brother, I know we should have ended this a little while ago, about 15 minutes ago. But I mean, we could just talk. We could talk a long time. But this is the kind of talk. This is the kind of talk that we need. This is the type of talk that we need, rather than this foolishness. Why do black women hate black men? Why do black men? Put y'all ass to work. You working so much and accomplish things. You don't have time for that type of silly conversation. And when the black man and woman work together and you see your accomplishment, all that goes out the window. You start falling in love with each other. Because you see what you and her can do together in love. And it's real. Keep feeding poison. I don't listen to Kevin Samuels or these people, whatever. They're poisonous and toxic. They don't bring no solutions at all. Just feed the poison. Feed the sickness. What's your solution? What's your solution, Cynthia G? They don't have no solution to nothing. And it's not even, Brother Craig, it's not even about black men and women. It's about individuals. It's about individuals and your shortcomings. Because you can't get a woman, you can't get a man, or you had bad relationship. That don't have nothing to do with the gender war. These are individuals. Some of them are foul. Some of them are selfish and arrogant and nasty. They're not good people. You can listen to their conversations. You can tell they're not good people. Well, the black woman do that. What about you, Negro? You can tell he's foul. There's a problem with him as an individual. Listen to her. There's a problem with her as an individual. They tried to get me caught up in that crap. You attacking Aleeyah and Noble. You don't like black women. My problem is with individuals that so happen to be women. Has nothing to do with the black woman at all. Period. I'm dealing with some foul individuals. It would be unfair for me to say this is how black women, because I know this is not how my sisters are. The black woman soul sisters have been on my side and helped me all my life, from my mother, my sisters, my aunts, the strangers have always helped me, this black woman. I'm not going to say because of these two women, oh, the black woman. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not fair, and it's not true. Matter of fact, I love womanhood, period. It was a Caucasian woman that helped me get out that crazy house. She made me a promise. She said, I can't give you legal advice, sir, but you're a very intelligent man. And I've been looking at your record. There's no reason for you to be locked up like that. If you bring me what I need, I'll let you go.
Yeah, bro,
and that's exactly what she did.
My phone about to cut off, bro. So
yeah, mine is too.
My phone's about to cut off, man. We need to. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and end this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Deacon Twin in the house. Gotta recognize my people. Deacon's a reality. Did you see their compilation video?
Man, it's doubling. Your voice is doubling.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank y'all for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe. I'm gonna share this video and support Brother Craig. And maybe you can come on our channel and then be with us, Brother Craig.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So we already 5,000, y'all. Our phones is getting ready to die.
yeah, that's for sure. Peace, bro.
Yeah, peace out.